Yo, Parley here. I just wanted to showcase my change of command build. It's not my build, it's my variation. So I'm using Void Forge, as you can see, on my Animate Guardian, Legacy of Fury, Gravebind, Garb of the Ephemeral, Mask of the Stitched Demon. You may say, how do I have swords in my hideout? Animated Guardian weapons. We are using this new ring on our Mercenary. With this ring and Dorianis minus 157. We don't always need it, but in boss situations it helps sustain the swords. I'm also using the Hateful Accuser. It grants us the Penance Mark. I don't need any more resistances, unless it's some kind of harder content which lowers my resistance. Then yeah, I equip this ring to help me out with. I will go slowly one by one to my equipment and explain everything. Mata stitching, alright, with enchant from Harvest Craft with increased critical strike chance per 4 quality. Of course, we get as high roll as we can for the lowest possible money. Plus 2 level of Minion gems, corrupt implicit in our helmet. We have our Animate Guardian here with Guardian's Blessing, Mid Shield, and Haste. Mid Shield, it gives my Animate Guardian 30% less damage. So, less damage taken, sorry. It helps us with Guardian Blessing. Aegis Aurora, I got the Corrupt with 5% reduced area damage taken from hits, nothing crazy. Our boots give us 100% chance to avoid being shocked, which in combination with Storm Shroud gives us elemental ailment immunity. Belt, nothing crazy, just resistances, some ES. Of course, I need a lot of strength, if you see. I'm not using Elegant Hubris, so if I take this out, I'm done. Also, I'm dependent on dexterity to run some gems such as haste, phase run, precision. I am running, as you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 auras. Plus automation, we have the Garb of the Ephemeral buff, which does not allow our action speed to be modified below base value, which means we cannot be slowed, we cannot be chilled, stuff like that. Life regeneration, of course. With Kingsmaker, we get Culling Strike item rarity, additional crit multi, and also fortification, which is a less damage multiplier per fortification, which means we have already 10 stacks of fortification, 10% less damage taken. And from our Grasping Vines, because I'm using Nature's Patient with Natural Affinity small cluster, gives us also 1% less damage taken per Grasping Vine, which means I can AFK some content just by sitting still, without too much effort. Gloves, nothing special. We convert 75% to lightning damage and 25% to cold damage, which is because I needed the green socket, because nothing else really makes sense. I don't have any other blue aura to run here. For our flasks, Jade Flask, some evasion, because if you see, we don't have almost no evasion. We have 20 evasion rating, nothing. But when I press this, it jumps up to 2000. And we also leech 30% total damage taken from hits as life, which is converted to energy shield leech because we are CI. Our minions leech life to us. 1% damage dealt by your minions is leech to you as life. And that life is converted into energy shield. With these nodes, we get some increased total recovery and maximum recovery. And of course, we take this mastery for 5% instant leech. So if our minions, if we have all 14 minions summoned and they are hitting an enemy, we are almost immortal in most situations. We don't have enough regen, we just have the one from vitality. If you see, regeneration is very low, 378 to be exact, 0.2. A little trick, because I made a mistake with my auras and I want to reroll my sockets. I go in my bench, I craft, so I need 2 green, 1 blue, 1 red. This is an energy shield base, which means it uses intelligence. Intelligence is more likely to give blue sockets, so I guarantee 2 green sockets, which cost 25 chromatics. And then, what is the most common to get? It's blue, right? Because it's intelligence. So I'm not gonna waste more currency to go with 3 and 4, because I'm almost guaranteed when I hit the red one. I'm going like this. 2 sockets, 3 sockets. 2 sockets, 3 sockets. Until I hit my target. Nice, we hit our target. So now we go 4 sockets and it's done. And then I'm going to use Temporal Rift to make us immune to temporal change and gives us just a little bit more survivability. I'm also in my automation running phase run and steel skin. Steel skin, small buff, can take some damage and grants us immunity to bleeding. We already are corrupted blood immunity. We cannot be poisoned, of course, because we are CI. We don't take chaos damage at all. Cannot be hindered, cannot be maimed. Corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on you. And the other jewels are like pretty generic. My tree looks something like this. I have only this tattoo for some extra lightning resistance. I haven't calculated the DPS yet. It can do like almost level 12, wave 12 simulacrum AFK, which means I can just stand there and do nothing and my minions kill everything. We take some defensive mastery, of course, +8 maximum elemental resistance, some leech, and recover 5% of life on minion death. Why is that? Because every time our minions critical strike an enemy, they hear the whispers, which means they don't listen to me. They don't come back to me. They become aggressive and start attacking with 50% increased attack speed. But they take 20% of their maximum life as chaos damage, which means they can sustain with the leech, but sometimes when some effects are going on, it's not gonna be okay. So when one minion dies, because it's not very likely to die altogether, one minion dies, the others get some percent life back, and they can sustain a little bit more. I like this amulet over the other one because it gives us a lot of reservation. So we have room to cast our skills, to automate our steel skin and phase run, and not have a problem while we are mapping. When I'm mapping, I have this flask. When I use a travel skill, which means when I flame dash, I just get an extra bonus movement speed. Because also my boots are slow. It's not very good movement speed. Change of command, nothing crazy. Of course, the classic generic stuff. Some awakened gems, not the very expensive ones. I have invested about 50 divines into this build. Runes concoction, of course. Some extra chance to suppress spell damage, which is our total chance. We don't have any more. We have some block, not too much, but decent enough to help us survive. 50% to block attack, 49% to block spell. With this mastery, we get +1 chance to block attack damage per 5% chance on equipped shield. Helps us a lot. We are also running Tempest Shield, also Flesh and Stone, 20% less damage taken from enemies in area, and we also have Arctic Armor, which grants us some also less modifier from physical damage taken from hits while stationary. And in combination with this, nearby enemies convert 25% of their physical damage to fire. We mitigate a lot of damage. I didn't find any good gloves to put on my Merc, so I just put these gloves. It's just experimental. I'm experimenting. I want to find good gloves for him. With this ring, he's minus capped. Easy. Implicit from Eater of Worlds. When we hit an enemy, when actually my mercenary hits an enemy, he gets 72% reduced life regeneration, which is really good. Some resistances, some life. Kingmaker grants us a lot of buffs, and we want him unaffected by damaging elements. We don't care for his reduced movement speed. He lip slams around and slams everything. This one was pretty crazy, level 84. I would like to see an Infamous with at least one buff, one aura. Maybe Anger, I don't know. Or maybe Enduring Cry, I don't know what skills exactly they have. But I like the Raptor because it slams into the enemy and it helps us a lot. And because our Animate Guardian has Graveband, when he gets kills, it counts as my Animate Guardian has kills. And that's the build. Come join me on Twitch. Maybe you have some questions, maybe I can answer, maybe you want to point out something wrong with my build. Everyone is welcome. Just be respectful. GG's.